One of the biggest use cases, actually the biggest use case in crypto right now, is stablecoins. I think it takes up 55% of all transactions. There's over $3 trillion in monthly volume, all in stablecoins.
3 trillion with the T.
With a T in monthly volume. In comparison, Visa handles about 1.2 trillion a month, which means it's more than double Visa's transaction volume in stablecoins. I've got a list here of just some of the stablecoins that you see and use every day. And there's several reasons why stablecoins, you'll notice they're all real close to $1. There's several reasons why stablecoins are getting more and more popular, not only by people who already use crypto,
yeah, boy,
but by people who may not use crypto yet. This might be a great onboarding opportunity. We're always talking about how games and how real world assets and stuff like that are going to onboard people to crypto. Stablecoins is believed to be one of the biggest ones because there's so many advantages to a stablecoin, a digital stablecoin, than there is to a local fiat currency. Right off the bat, we know a lot of the currencies are getting debased. So America, we talk about this all the time. America, we're losing value. Our dollar is losing value, but we're not losing value at the rate that the Venezuelan dollar or some of the smaller countries are. And so being able to turn your fiat currency into a stable coin from another country like the US dollar is a huge way to save some of, so your money's just not evaporating in thin air. And speaking about going back and forth from other countries, remittance is a huge use for stablecoins. That's one of the main things that it gets used for right now, especially in America. Because we don't really, we're not really doing it, to avoid money inflation the way some smaller countries are. But there's a lot of people in America who are sending money overseas or back to their family in a different country. And, if you go through Western Union, you could be looking at fees up to 30% of the transaction cost of the transaction that you're sending, which is highway robbery. And if you use, the USDC, Tether, any of those stable coins, you're talking just a fraction of what it would cost to send through a traditional financial service. I should have started. I assume everybody knows about stablecoins. I mean, I guess
you would assume wrong. I was hoping, and probably not on this video, although you certainly could. I'd love for you to go more in depth because it's something that I get the gist, but I'm still very confused. And then you have like these synthetic dollars that are coming out. Athena, which is a huge deal, is being like people are calling it stablecoin. They don't like it. Like there is a lot of middle ground here, and the stablecoin companies are some of the largest buyers of U.S. bonds. They are literally propping up the U.S. bond market. Also,
and
there's so much happening.
When we talk about, here's something you got to know about stablecoins. Once you start going down that rabbit hole, there's a lot you could learn about rabbit holes, about stable coins and that, or whatever that one, Athena, the one that you were just talking about.
Yeah.
I just started to get into that one, and I was like, I got to come back to that because the way that was working didn't sound very stable to me. It sounds like the hardest, mathematics you could do in college. It was hard to follow, but most stable coins are fiat backed. So the way we talk about real world assets, this digital NFT or token represents something in the real world. A stable coin is traditionally like a USDC or Tether is backed by US dollars. So every stable coin that they have in circulation, they have a US dollar backing it. Some of them are like you said, algorithmically backed, which is, if this goes up, then this goes down. And some of them like USDC are just straight up, basically like your spot ETF, your spot price. It's like if they say they've got 1 million USDCs, then they've got $1 million in their treasury. Some of them are crypto backed. They've got stable coins for Bitcoin and ETH where you would buy it and it would be similar to buying Bitcoin or ETH. But if you're on the Solana network or you're on Cosmos or a different chain, it's a stable coin, but it's pegged to a crypto. So that's where you start to get off, and it's like, well, that makes sense. It would be just like a backing with a fiat currency, except you're backing it to something more stable like Bitcoin. Some of the reasons that people choose stable coins instead of fiat is it's an easy access alternative. So it gives you quick access to a stable coin or to currencies from around the world rather than going through foreign exchange, Forex trading, or going through a Western Union like we talked about. You can just go straight on to almost any centralized exchange and buy a stable coin for almost every currency. They're faster, cheaper, and more secure than a lot of those. If you think about, we're not too far removed from sending checks and cash in the mail, or, nobody ever sent cash. But if you did, it was a terrible idea. So using stable coins is faster, it's cheaper, and it's more secure. There's less fees. You don't have to have all of the infrastructure that you have to do to send traditional finance money overseas or to your friend. And one of the big things that people are really starting to take advantage of right now, especially when the market is just going sideways, is yield-bearing stable coins. Because even though they have some high yield savings accounts in the fiat right now, typically crypto can do it better. They can offer you more. You can get it in and out faster. You don't have to lock it up nearly as long. So stable coins that have yield opportunities, which like Coinbase has several stable coins, and I think it's 5.5% or 6%, which almost any other time, especially in a bad market, 5.5% or 6% on your money is an investment. That's not even like holding on to it, like just hoping you don't lose money. 6% is a pretty good investment.
Crypto can do it better. That sounds like a t-shirt.
That is a good idea for a t-shirt. Some of the stable coins that we are used to seeing, USDC, USDT, the US, and I think there's the PayPal, PYUSD. They're rapidly gaining market share.
Yeah, that's a brand new one.
Yeah, they're popping up on all of the charts and stuff lately, just because they have a built-in user base of millions and millions, and people have been using PayPal for a long time. So the fact that they're dipping their toes in the crypto market is pretty cool. So there's a lot of ways to take advantage of stablecoin usage. Whether you're sending money to a friend, whether you're switching networks from Solana to Bitcoin to Ethereum, or moving money around, or like I said, just using it as a yield-bearing agent. The stablecoin market, like I said at the beginning of this, is about 55 to 60% of all transactions in the crypto world monthly.
Yeah, it's happening. I look forward to you doing an in-depth future video.
I actually, that's a good idea, because like I said, with the one we were talking about, just starting to figure out which ones I wanted to talk about, I started reading into that and realized that was so far over my head. I like the stable coin we've got one tether, and that's about $1.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me. The other one, the algorithmic stable coins, that's where, and what was the name of the
Athena?
No, the one that went bankrupt last year that crashed the whole stable coin market. Luna.
Oh, Luna.
Luna's, yeah. Because they were doing some shady stuff behind it. So while we don't like those events, stuff like that does reshape the Wild West of crypto, and it forces people to pay more attention to where they're putting their money, more attention to how companies are backing these, in algorithmic stable coins. There's a lot of stuff you got to pay attention to. So it's pretty interesting, but stable coins.
Going places.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. One more. Yeah. Again, it's based on a revolutionary technology, which is making so many other things possible.
I think that was the point of I wanted to explain, because we always talk about what's it going to be, games or movies or real world assets or real estate. What's going to be the big onboarding thing? But I think this article that I was reading in Milk Road was saying it already is
Yeah.
stablecoins. That's what's bringing people in, and people aren't going to realize it. But like Venmo and all these Cash App and stuff like that, behind the scenes, they're already using crypto because they can move money so fast. They can guarantee it immediately that stablecoins is going to be what's onloading the next 500 million people into crypto.